And, I mean, this composition has extreme power later on in the game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm just really liking what we're seeing out of KT so far. And we'll see if they can scale up and take the win down, or will Bro be able to challenge them? The Lilia, just going back to that, you look at this comp, I'm like, why don't you just pick Diana here, right?
Yeah, or even Nidalee, I wouldn't hate it. And Gideon doesn't have a ton he can do here right now, but if he identifies that Umpty is in his jungle, this is going to be very painful. This is the worry, right, with this Lilia pick.
Oh boy. And let's see if he can get away from this one, or can Harp get away from this one? He goes in alone first. And he kind of just, you know, he was calling for his team to come over, but honestly, Bro was just able to get there faster, so the quicker response from and it helps Bro as well that, you know, Hoya is really forever alone. We have that stat as we're having a nice little trade come in here. Doran immediately realizing that maybe he went a little bit too far. That's a straight up solo kill.
Now it's difficult for her to get in and set up sleeps, but if you're this far behind and Set gets a kill like this, so he's going to be feeling very comfortable, it ends up being really easy for Hoya to actually set up plays later on because he's just ahead of this Lee Sin. Yeah, it's just kind of a sit and scale kind of situation. As this is a big wraparound here from Gideon, but they just don't have enough information to continue to wrap through there and try to trap Umpty and Delight. If they knew that it was just the two of them there, I think they definitely could have looked for a play there. Gideon could have ulted the slow and then set up the follow through, but just no vision means you can't take risks like that. I think it was actually Chronicler pointed out yesterday, you know, sometimes when you're watching these games, it's like, well, it was such an opportunity, but the teams don't have perfect vision like we do, and you just don't get every opportunity when you don't have that. That's why vision control is so important. Gideon hiding himself here.
Oh, okay, trying to get on in there, but look at the damage that comes out. But Doran is here. He's trying to trade one back. They will at least get Lava for their first kill of the game. Nice stopwatch comes in. Gideon trying to be relevant here, trying to take down Umpty, but Henna is such a menace as well. It's so hard to get through this damage. The Chains of Corruption stop them in their tracks, so Bro will take another advantageous fight. But yeah, still, I mean, he's having a lot of fun. And speaking of which, here we go. Here's the engage. They get right in there, and good luck, Gwen. You've got a Rakan right on top of you. There's nothing you can deny with that one. That's why Rakan is such a good pick in her, I suppose. We're seeing that a lot. We're seeing a lot more of LeBlanc. And that's just it. They face check a brush where they have no vision. And Bro get a couple of kills, and now it's the Baron.
They just had such great vision control this entire time. Like the soul fight here for the Ocean Drake. You can get some of that gold back. You can finally get control of the map, but after you end up losing out here, you just can't stop the Baron. And the problem is that after this exchange happens too, which was really well initiated by Umpty.
야, 정비해야 돼? 아니야, 이거 계속하자.
He's like, no, let's just keep
이거
pushing
미드라인
this.
하면서 계속하자. 얘네가 답답해. 에다가 볼게. 2명 지웠어. 태어나 텔도 봐줘.
Umpty's just such a good shot caller. And then now that they have the
야,
Baron buff,
바로 먹자.
it's going to give
그래,
them
이거지.
prio in all the lanes, and they already have vision control, but
yeah. And KT feel like sitting ducks here. They do have Doran with the ward on the bottom side, so they see Hoya, but he doesn't even care. He's just going in 1v5 while his team takes down the Drake. He did more damage to KT than they did to him. And now let's see if we can get the smite. Nope, it's not going to happen. The Ocean Soul will be Bros, and this will be their fight unless Noah can pull off some huge heroics alongside a Dove. They have nice damage, but not nearly as much as Fred and Breon. And this is looking like an absolute stomp at this point. The Ocean Soul and pretty much everything they could want.
I really was not sold on the Lilia pick. I was super against it, but this has been a fantastic game from Umpty. His calls have been fantastic. He went for 2 critical invades on red side's blue buff. Both of them ended up yielding great results. They ended up getting a pretty big snowball-y lead. And good game from Henna, too. You know, a lot of people in the global community aren't giving this guy a lot of credit right now. A lot of people think he needs to be replaced. I completely disagree. I think if he has a great team around him, it's not a bad game. Then he does actually hit the shots. He does actually do what an AD carry should. And speaking of which...
Yeah. He landed that shot. And you can't blame Dove either, because at this point, it's just desperation. They have to do something, but I think the game can end right here. Umpty's probably shouting at his teammates, let's keep going. We're not backing. We're still getting in there. Harp's trying to make the miracle work there on the backside, but it will not. As Noah goes down, they sweep them up, and they will be taking game number 1 here in 29 minutes in very swift fashion.
That's such a dominant performance against a team that had great scaling towards the later part of the game, but just could not scratch the surface on objective fights. This is a sign.
And Set is going to be the follow-up here from Bro.
Yeah, so will be jungle Lee Sin, so Umpty really shifting gears here quite a bit in terms of where his power is going to be and how he's going to team fight. But at the same time, looking at KT's draft, I mean, if you can hit a big equalizer.
Awesome, whereas a lot of potential to absorb pressure here on the side of Fred and Breon. I think it's definitely going to come down to the way that these fights break out and who's kind of ahead.
And I think it also, to extend that thought, I think it also goes down to, like, the execution, right? Some compositions are just...
Oh, okay, they're all in the brush, and Blank just face checks it. All alone, he's trying to get vision down.
Gideon is like in the booth or coaching booth right now, being like, I was exactly what they're going to do. So good call here, macro-wise from KT Rolster, but Umpty is not going to be alone.
Yeah, and you're on a little bit of a timer as the flash is coming in. They're trying to get Blank, but how far are Bro going to go? Hoya, he wants this, and a gigantic haymaker does a ton of damage. The follow-up from Lava, though, is not huge. Now he's trying to get it done, but it might be a little bit too little too late. As the Rise ulti comes out here, only saves himself.
The one thing that KT had going for them was Dub's Prio, but he's not able to hold it, so... This is going to be a really rough fight for KT to take. Don't think they can.
Harp is just destroyed in a matter of seconds. Just gets totally caught out here. Trying to get some vision in the river. Trying to do something about the Drake, but what ends up happening is that you give up more than you were trying to get. Actually, KT have a lead. But where all of that lead comes from is the 2 lanes. And they're going to use it here. They're going to find Umpty in his own jungle. It's round. Otherwise... we might just see Henna become a monster.
This is, oh no.
Well, okay, he does have his flash, just waiting for that moment. The equalizer is pretty decent, as now we got the Paranoia coming in, and the Lee Sin not able to do too much, and Dove is just able to kill him. Fred and Breon are just running away with their tail between their legs, as there is the Aphelios damage coming in, but he's kind of 1v5 at this point in time, as nobody else was able to do much for the team. KT.
Only a bit of an overextension. It was also, okay, so look, you look for Harp here, and then you're like, oh, wait, I don't have any teammates here. They commit everything, even the box, so by the time that Blank's ready for this engage, they don't have it. The Paranoia comes through, and it's like, okay, I don't have any peel anymore now. Dove's in free position to actually drop out the culling, and why do you teleport to that ward, this Hoya? Just a complete misunderstanding of the scenario they were in. If he knows that they have to retreat back and actually turn the fight defensively there, 100%. It's hard to... Okay, Dove might actually give up that bounty now.
Could definitely happen. The flash comes in, but with the teleport now, he's going to be forced to go forward, Will Umpty, and you see that Lava actually follows up. Here comes the flash engage. It's 1-by-1. Dove is not able to get any more damage as he has to back away with that low health bar. And thankfully they have a Thresh for the Lantern, otherwise maybe Hoya was going to follow suit.
I mean, there's 2 stopwatches up right now for KT Rolster as well. Like, they can, if they go low, they can just survive through anything.
You get the 2 flashes down on the 2 big members of KT though, so there is potential, if they overextend, I would say, for Bro to potentially punish, but still, KT, they have a really nice position. They have a Rumble with all of these chokes.
And Dove has the stopwatch, like I was saying, so it's just so difficult to actually kill him here. Dove has stopwatch, so does, okay, hold that thought, Lava.
Okay, the Paranoia comes in, and that's going to make things hard for Umpty. He's just going to die. There's nothing for him to do, and there it is, the Magnet Storm follow-up, as the huge damage does come out from range here from the Aphelios, but it's like they're just getting picked off 1-by-1. KT are controlling.
Rise does very well in Nocturne because he can root him, prevent him from actually getting into the back line, but Nocturne prevents the Rise from side laning.
Oh, Noah, what is going on here? He's actually going to get away, though, and the teleport's coming in. It was all an elaborate bait the entire time. as the damage is coming out in spades, as once again, Henna and Lava are left alone, just running with their tail between their legs. KT, not sure if that was planned, but
I don't
it's
think
still
so, but
gonna
you know
work
what?
out for them.
That's why Nocturne is so strong. He could be anywhere. This is not the first time we've seen Fred Brion go, ooh, target in the side lane. Ooh, target overextended. Let's look for that. That's one pick we can get before this fight. No, you're never outnumbering the trade for the Baron if they don't have vision, but they did.
Watch the escape from Noah.
Yeah.
This is just...
He's like, jumps through, loop-de-loop, okay. And then Harp is like, yeah, I died, but who cares, because this fight is 100% going our way. It's 100% guaranteeing a Baron. As Fred Brion take it away.
Well, this is a dead set. There's nobody here with him. Just basically free. There's zero vision in this jungle. Are they in the brush? Yeah, yes, they are. Absolutely. They have the damage, but Dove on the top side is huge. And look at this. They're all in the corridor. The equalizer gets a lot of value, but where's the follow-up? There is none, actually. Harp goes down. Henna's still safe for now. Noah's trying to get engaged, but he can't.
That was not it, KT Roaster. That was not it.
This is how you win fights, as Fred Brion.
Yeah.
We're finally seeing some.
I mean, there's just no vision here whatsoever. Like you mentioned, without this scuttle, how do you do this? How do you pull it off?
Yeah. Imagine if they had the Scuttle Crab right now, but instead they have no clue. They do now as they're pushing in. The Paranoia is here. The hook doesn't do anything. The equalizer, it's only going to hit the threat, but in goes the Nocturne. And you see that Hoya gets a massive shield. Look at the damage now from Aphelios. This is what they can do in the late game. You try to engage into this comp and they're just going to blow you up. Nobody's taking that. But they are still considering trying to get in there. At the end of the day, though, KT, they only lose Nocturne and get the Baron.
Yeah, that plus Moonlight Vigil's the big damage in that last fight.
Yeah, it's one way for them to poke out. That's a big equalizer, but it doesn't do that much damage. I thought they would engage on top of that, right? If you can kind of pull them in with that and then go for the engage, it can be nice, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really do critical damage, and there's no follow-up. So maybe just going to wait for their next equalizer, which, by the way, is already halfway up.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Opportunity on Doran.
Oh, man. Doran, he's just dying here for free.
He lost his stopwatch last fight, too.
Yeah, the team is like, no, buddy, you're just dead. Like, we can't help you.
Okay, now they're going to start this.
Power.
Oh, this could be huge.
Yeah, Power of the Scuttle Crab sees that there. And we got Lee Sin behind enemy lines.
Here's a teleport. He's reset with full health.
Paranoia's coming in. Fred Brion needs to back, but the engage is big, and Henna, he's getting jumped on here. The fear comes in, and they take him down. That is the engage that KT needed, and they're gonna hit that squishy backline here as the Rise also bites the dust. As KT will, it looks like, finally be able to take this game. Umpty will go to stay alive, actually.
Yeah, he's going to get out of here, but I don't know if his Nexus is going to be so lucky on the other side. They do not get the Elder buff, but it doesn't matter because they have the power to now just push to end. And I thought for a second maybe we were going to have to pull out the 35-minute gold lead win rate for KT Rollstar. I thought we were going to have to pull out the charts and be like, wow, in the Supreme late game, the decision-making sometimes falls apart, but they are able to close it out and bring us to their now 7th third game series here of the season. We'll see if they can close this one out because they have been unsuccessful so far, but you get a fed Lucian in the early game.
Henna ends up doing the most damage. Dove is a slight second, and that's, you know, that's saying a lot. The Lucian damage in this game was just massive.
The fact that the way this draft works for Fred Brion is kind of complex because it has power spikes kind of along the way. It's going to be kind of like a heart monitor in terms of where it's strongest. You know, the Kalista is going to be great in lane, going to be great around some of those first few objective fights, but the Kali, not so much. Orin will be great once he has 6 on the first few objective fights, but isn't going to be able to offer that much else in terms of tanking.
Have a big game on this pick, so let's see how it goes as we're going to jump into game number 3. Will the curse continue for KT? And can Bro show us more confidence than what we saw in game 2? Because that was, it definitely felt like both teams struggling with some of those high pressure later game fights in that second game.
Knock up right away. We're going to watch that replay now. Given the vision here, they also assumed he backed. And that's a flash forward from Delight. And they're like, okay, Noah's here alone, but he's in fact not. So that vision is so important because it looked like Harp backed, as I thought he would as well, given his health state. And they're like, okay, yeah, we didn't get the summoners, but we can at least get one here, and we could probably catch Noah. And Umpty's not here. Like, he had left, moments ago. So this is actually just a 2v1 attempt. But they were incorrect. Harp just having good game sense here. But this is where KT need to actually get something else on the map. Harp.
Yeah, I think he's dead. There you go. Perfectly set up. The second Delight leaves the lane, they are just waiting for that attempt. They've had those 2 control wards on the top side of the map in the blue side jungle for a very long time. Noah, unfortunately, he showed his face, and that's going to be the moment where they get in, and this damage is coming out here. The tankiness out of Umpty is big. He will just trade it away.
Might be more than a trade.
Yeah, they're looking for more. I think they got the flash out of Henna.
Don't watch this one, watch that one.
Yeah, we don't want to see the supports face each other, as that's going to be the Callista going down, even with the flash. Lava trying to turn this one around. They're going to get the one. And now Doran takes a bit of damage, but Lava now has to flash away, or rather ult away. But he has gotten so much effective damage in, and he's looking for more, this time flashing forward. Lava's just a beast on this champion.
He wants more.
I don't think he'd go on to that one, but man, he's still got so much value. That do have total control right now over this river, over all the vision around here.
Yeah.
Harp is actually going to get jumped on, but again, Alistair just kind of laughs at him as, uh-oh, the Diana all alone, but the stopwatch is going to get a lot of value. He will flash away, and he will become a front line over here for Noah. As Noah has to flash, but Lava's still going to kill him. He still got in there. But now can anyone deal with the gigantic Renekton? That's the question that I had. And the answer is going to be no. Lava is desperately trying to get in here with the shuriken, and nope, it's going to be swiped in the face.
And it's again the same situation we had before, where when the dust settles, KT Rolster absolutely win this fight. They're going to take this Drake, but at least Lava's able to pick up 2 kills worth of gold. He's got his Morellonomicon online now, still holds onto that stopwatch, so you still have one more chance. Like, I'm not trying to say Fred Brion is ahead by any means, or that this is amazing for them, but the fact that he's able to thread the needle here, is watch where he is in this fight. It's absolutely crazy. Like, he's over here on the side, comes in on top of Blank, and then Umpty dies, and then that 5-point strike is so high value, and he comes in and grabs 2 kills, and then he walks away. Now, this time, this is the part where he probably should have just gotten out of here and cut his losses, but was hoping for more. But either way, 2 kills for him means that it's a lot of extra gold, and maybe he could do this one more time.
You can see Fred Brion, they're trying to set up actually a play out of this mid turret, and it's going to work out, but they're getting flanked right now. Here comes Harp, trying to engage in, trying to get some damage down, but maybe it was a bait all along. The call, the force shot gets 5 on the backside, and Lava's getting so much value. And yes, the Renekton is gigantic, and now Gwen is here. Can they turn it around again? It looks like the answer will be yes at the end of the day, just because Doran and Dove are so huge.
They're so huge, but the Solar Flare was really good, and yet again, a lot more gold going over to the Fred Brion players here. If you keep trading even like this as KT Rolster, you actually give Fred Brion the opportunity to come back.
All right, here comes the Varus damage. Engage on the Hoya is not really what you're going to look for. But KT as a unit are so scary. You can see them just charging at Fred Brion.
Lava's on the backside of this fight.
Doran's trying to get some damage down, and here comes the gigantic Croc getting in there. That is another big call. The Forge God Blank gets some value, but Lava on the backside is trying to get some work done. But again, he can't do it all alone, and Henna has to go into that stopwatch. Lava goes in, he's going to get another. Tries to ult away, but a big play from Harp might just secure the Akali, and finally it will. And again, Dove and Doran stay alive at the end.
It's just 2.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a difficult choice. I think I'd probably give it to Dove.
And let's not forget that it's their 7th game 3, and they haven't won a single one. This could be the very first. It's against Fred Brion. There's been a few firsts against them. DRX got their first win against them. We'll see if KT can get their first game 3.
Uh-oh. Well, this is just a dead Leona. Delight is just in there. He's going to flash. He looked pretty dead, but Fate's Call, a pretty strong ability. It's going to get him to safety, but the rest of the team is not going to be very safe. We got Lava on the backside trying to go 1v5, quite literally. He's going to have to flash away, but Blanket's just tasting him down. Another big call to Forge God, but there's just no follow-up because the fight is so broken. And Hoya will eventually be taken out.
Imagine if they had like an Ezreal or an AD carry in these fights. Like the engage has been so good from Hoya on this Ornn. We're seeing Lava do so much, but there's just no consistent throughput. It's like, okay.
Even if they use everything onto Noah, it's fine. Because you have so much other follow-up here as Umpty is going to be caught out now, just totally alone, trying to make a play. Can't really blame him. You gotta take risks here from behind to spread a Breon. Unfortunately, it will look a little bit silly. As KT are just that far ahead. They're pushing the turret right now.
Lava's just like, well, I'm not going to let you have a wave to crash this turret. You're going to have to go bottom side.
And then he remembered there were 3 lanes.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, they're just going to go bottom when we lose. Anyways, he's backing right now. One chance, Fred Breon, one opportunity left.
They're just going to go for it. Even the Forest is getting big damage now. As Lava's trying to get in on top of him, but he can't even do that at this point. So that's when you know it's gone all wrong. Heart will be the only casualty here as the max range piercing arrow even hits Lava. And Doran will eventually, he's like, don't kill the Nexus! Okay, now you can kill the Nexus. Nexus goes down. KT will take their first game 3. After all of this time, the 7th time was the lucky time, and they got it done.
To carry that game and bring it back. Umpty's Lilia in game 1. The decision making this team has made is.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Season with the interview translation, and KT Roaster finally secured their match win after winning game number 3. Congratulations! This is your first victory after having a full set series. How are you feeling, Dove? I'm glad that we were able to break our jinx at the beginning of the second round robin. I think this is a really good start for our team. Yeah, we always lost game 3, so it feels great to pick up the first win in the end. So Dove, you are the solo POG leader with 700 POG points. How are you feeling about that? I hope I can continue on top until the end of the split, but I don't want to get ahead of myself right now. I don't want to pay attention about the POG result. I think this might distract me in game. KT Roaster, yeah, indeed. They had a very long jinx in game number 3, and Blank also mentioned that you guys are working so hard to, extend your attention span. So what kind of practice have you guys gone through? We just wanted to kind of slow down. We had some concise calls. Yeah, that was our plan. Dove, after losing game 1, Blanked was back on the roster, and then you actually B1'd Lucian, taking it away from the opponents. I think that was mainly from the Blank's opinion, so we were able to figure out what is the best pick for our mid and jungle. And we also had the first Samira Sol duo of the summer split. How did you guys plan to play up against that champions with Aphelios and Thresh? I think our bottom duo was just confident. In game number 2, Lucian was so fed. 9-0 and 5. You didn't die a single time. You had so many bounty gold. Were you confident that you will never die? I was a little bit scared with that 70 gold bounty on my head, so I was a little bit passive. So I think that was the bummer in that game. Game number 3, once Hoya locked in Ornn top, you guys actually had a swap rotation with Gwen and also the mid laner. I think Gwen will have an easy lane up against Ornn, so we wanted to, lock in a new jungle card. And we had a lot of action breaking out on the bottom lane in game number 3, so let's take a look at this replay. Do you remember this moment? You TP'd onto that lane and made a fantastic follow-up team fight. We didn't really set up for that TP play, but I just took my TP because our bottom duo was fighting. And yeah, I was the only one taking the TP on the top lane. I guess that was Doran's decision that came in clutch to secure that kills. And Renekton and Gwen, the solo laners, were popping off in this game number 3. And Cloud Templar actually praised your performance. I don't really want to be, grouped up with Dove, I'm just Doran. And Cloud Templar, we're so amazed that you guys are always making kills. I'm the one who should be unhappy about, being the duo with Doran, I think we need a conversation. So today, Renekton and Gwen were doing a fantastic work into Ornn and Akali. Did you guys have the confidence to outplay the team fights? I mean, we were so fed, all of our teammates, especially Gwen, was a monster. So unless we just int or throw, we were pretty sure that we will secure the win. Your next match will be up against T1. Telecom War incoming, and that's gonna be your 5th win if you guys take the win. I think we had a neck and neck series, but we lost, so we will get the revenge of the first round robin. In the first round, there are some teams that we fell to, so I hope we can get our revenge on those teams. Wish you the best of luck for KT Roaster, and this will be the end of the interview from Dove Doran from KT Roaster, and back to our casters. Thank you.